The House will come to order. Prayer by the chaplain.
Let us pray. Gracious and loving God, we give you thanks for this day, for the gifts of freedom and democracy and freedom of rule, for the gift of government for and by the people. We are grateful for your Spirit that inspired the wisdom of those who have come before us to aspire to create a more perfect union. Let that same spirit of wisdom and courage, leadership and justice fill those who are gathered here today, those who have been called by you through the people to serve. Give them the vision to govern with hopes and dreams of all in their hearts, that tomorrow would be better for all people. And we also ask your loving Spirit to be poured out on all of their constituents, that we would encourage and support our elected leaders with compassion and hope. Fill us with the blessing of the truth, that there is less that divides us and more that unites us. Inspire us to pray for them and encourage them in their public service. And finally, we pray for your whole world, that your kingdom of peace and freedom and love would come, that your will would be done on earth as it is in heaven, and let it be done through our words and through our actions. In the hope and promise that your love is with us and in us, we pray. Amen.
The chaplain for today is Reverend Scott Searle from Shepherd of the Hills Lutheran Church in Edina, Minnesota. The Pledge of Allegiance. Please remain standing and recite the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The clerk will take the roll. The clerk will close the roll. A quorum is present. The clerk will read the journal of the preceding day.
Journal of the House, 89th session, first day, St. Paul, Minnesota, Tuesday, January 6, 2015.
If there's no objection, further reading of the journal will be dispensed with, and the journal will be approved as corrected by the chief clerk. Hearing no objection, the journal is approved as corrected by the chief clerk. Introduction of bills. The following House files have been offered for introduction today. The chief clerk will report the House files and give them their first reading.
Introduction and first readings of House Files 1 through 60.
First reading, House Files 1 through 60. Announcements. Oh, sorry. Motions and resolutions. There are copies of the non-controversial motions at the House desk and online. If there's no objection, do you have to report these? Yep. Oh, sorry. The clerk will report the motions and resolutions. I'm in the wrong part of the script.
Introduction and first reading of House Concurrent Resolution Number 1, a resolution establishing a pilot project to test electronic distribution of committee packets. The resolution is being referred to the Committee on Rules and Legislative Administration.
Announcements. The representative from Meeker, Representative Erdahl.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And last Tuesday, I was sent out with a group of fine members from the House to give a message to the governor to let the governor know that we're organized. Now, you adjourned before I got back here. And the promise was made to the people of Minnesota by the Speaker that I would report back. And so that's what I'm doing. Now, it's not like it used to be where you just walk down the hall and give the message to the governor, because he's in the Veterans Building now. So I thought maybe we'd have to walk over to the Veterans Building. So this took a little while. Fortunately, they agreed to meet us halfway, which is maybe a good omen for the session. And so in the SOB, we were searching for the governor's representative. We found her in the elevator and handed the message to her in the elevator. But when you give messages to strange people in elevators, sometimes you wonder if they really got to the source. And so last night, I did look for the governor at the chamber meeting. First, he had been in Washington. I thought we may have to fly out there and give them the message. But we did meet him. The message has been delivered. And ladies and gentlemen, I did inform them that the House is organized and ready to do business. Thank you.
The member from Ramsey, Representative Lesh.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, on Tuesday, make sure you stick around for the annual Welcome Back to St. Paul event. This year it's going to be down at the Science Museum because the Ordway, thanks to the generosity of the legislature, is under construction. We usually have it at the Ordway, but it's great because you all come by and we've got, mashed potatoes and martini glasses and that kind of thing. I don't know what they'll have at the Science Museum, but it promises to be an excellent event. It's on Tuesday at 5 o'clock. There's parking, free parking, in fact, in the Science Museum ramp. Now, I'm going to remind you of this again on Monday, but please put it on your calendar now for Tuesday at 5 o'clock, the 8th annual Welcome Back to St. Paul event at the Science Museum. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Announcements. The member from Washington, Representative Ward.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, I want to introduce a couple of people, 3 people here today, who led us in a workshop this morning on the Building Trust Civil Discourse. Up in our gallery is former Representative Ted Celeste from Ohio. He's the founder and director of Next Generation Initiative from the National Institute of Civil Discourse. And Senator Elaine Bowers from Kansas, and Representative Sam Hunt from the state of Washington. They have led us in a wonderful discussion and workshop this morning, and I want to thank them and welcome them to our cold state of Minnesota.
Announcements. The member from Meeker, Representative Erdahl.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. A point of personal privilege.
State your point of personal privilege.
I am very pleased today to announce the presence in our chamber of Minnesota, University of Minnesota Athletic Director Norwood Teague, who has brought with him the Little Brown Jug. For the first time since 1967, the University of Minnesota has in its possession Floyd of Rosedale and the Little Brown Jug, and they are both will be back in the retiring room. You're welcome to go back and to talk to Norwood, to have your pictures taken with the trophies, and we look forward to the axe and some other things being there next year.
Announcements. The member from Sherburne, Representative Knobloch.
Mr. Speaker and members, the Committee on Ways and Means will meet Monday, 10:15 a.m., room 200. An agenda will be published later today. And members, if I may say, I'm blessed and honored to be back. Thank you.
Announcements. The member from Hennepin, Representative Pepin.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. I just have a couple of announcements. First, you'll notice this on your desks. Please fill this out. It's your biographical information. It will be used for the member directory, otherwise known as the Little Green Book. If you could leave it on your desk or deliver it to a page, hand it to a page, that would be great. Second of all, the Rules Committee. For those of you who are on the Rules Committee, we will be meeting 15 minutes after session in the basement hearing room over at the State Office Building. And finally, Mr. Speaker, I move that when the House adjourns today, it adjourn until 3:30 p.m. Monday, January 12th, 2015.
Representative Pepin moves that when the House adjourns today, it adjourns until 3 p.m. Monday, January 12th, 2015. All those in favor signify by saying aye. I apologize. Representative Pepin moves that when the House adjourns today, it adjourns until 3:30, Monday, January 12th, 2015. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, nay. The motion prevails. Representative Pepin.
Mr. Speaker and members, I move that the House do now adjourn.
Representative Pepin moves that the House do now adjourn. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The motion prevails, and the House stands adjourned until 3:30 p.m. Monday, January 12th, 2015.